Welcome everybody to another video of Vinyl Addict. This is Chili, and today in Rock November 10th, 1979, the Eagles' Heartache Tonight hits #1, and in 2003 the Kurt Cobain Journals are released. Now before I get into this, please don't forget to hit the like button, comment on this video, share this video, and if you still haven't, please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell for updates. Okay, so let's start with the Eagles' 1979 #1 single, Heartache Tonight. Today it hit #1. Now this would be their last #1 single. They had 5, and this would be the last album that they will be on until they break up. They break up and reconnect in 2007. Now the song Heartache Tonight was written by Bob Seger and Glenn Frey. The story is that according to Bob Seger, they were jamming together. He was on bass, and Glenn Frey had the opening lines for this song, and he wanted a kind of a shuffle thing going on, and so Bob came up with the chorus. Now, a lot of people that's been involved with this song because they started the jam, and then J.D. Souther came in, then Joe Walsh came in, and this and that, but they all had different variations of who started what. You know, J.D. Souther said that he was jamming with Glenn Frey, and then they called Bob Seger on the phone, but this is according to Bob Seger saying what had happened, because his story kind of has everyone else's story in his story more so than any other member. So I'm just relaying what Bob Seger said. So he was there from the beginning, and he does the hand claps and whatnot and background vocals, and so that would be their #1 song in 1979. Now going to 2003, the Kurt Cobain Journals are released, and to a public that are kind of like, we haven't heard, we never known much about Kurt, only through what he's left us and some interviews or whatnot, but this is a very insightful book because it's a journal of his private thoughts. And I don't know, at first I thought, well, that's kind of screwed up to put it out, but I mean, of course you're curious. And what I found by reading this, and I still do go back to it sometimes because there's some interesting things in here. I found that he was a very driven person. He had, completely had different ideas for the videos. He'll talk about, he'll be writing things about the heart-shaped box video, and they used this, but they didn't use this, and he's kind of pissed off on that, and he had like video ideas for Scentless Apprentice, and some of his little stories on here, of his journaling, like him just burning all these Charles Bukowski books. He's like, I'm done with him, or whatever, he's just kind of random stuff. You have some cool, not only, lyrics to songs, some release, of course, some not. And some that were released, but only like some sessions with, he did with Mark Lanigan of the Screaming Trees. And he had some of those lyrics on here, but he also had like list of songs that he's liked, like things like the Bangles' Hazy Shade of Winter. Like he has like list of albums that he wants to get. Shit, I do that shit. Or he'll have stuff about like his session with Steve Albini, and we don't have a promo for this yet, or so there's a lot of things that he's doing. As far as like personal stuff, yeah, he has some like love letters to Courtney, and he has letters to like people like Dale Crover and like Mark Lanigan, where he has like he'll have drafts. Like he'll have like, okay, he'll start this letter, and then it'll get to a point like a paragraph, and then he'll just scribble it over it, and then he'll just start writing a new one until sometimes these letters were not even sent, but it's kind of cool. He's just saying your band sucks or whatever, or just just things like that. But it's really cool. I like the drawings that he does, and he has like this picture here, like the ideal Jaguar he wants, and you know, he draws these things. And there's also like in the back, because his handwriting may be hard to read and it's not as legible. They have like some journal, like letters that he would write like on a hotel, like in a stationery, and then they reproduce it and they have it in the back. And one of them was about how this guy said, "Oh, don't take heroin because once you do it the first time, you'll get hooked." And he kind of said that he laughed at that when he first heard it. But then later on, as you read it, he was right. He was, and he starts talking about like how many times he's quit heroin, and then he's all the first time, he's talking about you got to take some pills, and I slept a lot. You sleep a lot. He's kind of talking about it like someone else is telling him this, but he's really telling you what he's doing, kind of thing. And then and the idea of how he thinks as an addict, because he's all, well, I didn't believe that, but okay, so I tried it the first time, and it was enjoyable, and I said, I'll probably do it. Like, you could do it again in like a couple of weeks or so, and then you just see how he's talking about how it just kind of progresses, and it becomes like part of his, how he's a slave to it later on. And so that was kind of insightful. It's kind of sad, but it's just, that's Kurt, and you get all kinds of sides with him, with like the love letters to Courtney, of course, and the fecal matter tape he talks about, and everything. So I thought this was a good book. If you guys see this anywhere, I'd suggest picking it up if you're a Nirvana fan. So 2003, this came out, and this day in 1979, the Eagles' #1 song, Heartache Tonight. So, that is my video. Leave me a comment on these. Did you like that Eagles song? Was that like was it that? Because a lot of people thought that album kind of sucked, but I thought it was really cool for them to go out on a high note. They had like a lot of great songs on there, just like all their other albums. They're always constantly consistent. And the Kurt Cobain book, was it a good idea to put that out there to the public, and kind of demystify him, or just kind of like put out something that that just kind of was it kind of rude? I don't know. That's you let me know, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.